E te iwi nau mai, hara mai ki tēnei pāpahotanga a whakaata Māori. Ka mahi ki ngā maunga, ngā wai, me ngā hika o tēnei rohe. Tēnā rā tātou katoa. Ki ngā kai whakahaere, ngā kai whakataitai, ngā kai wawao, ngā kai āwhina katoa, he mihi māhana ki a koutou. Tēnei māua te toko rua nei, e tuku mihi ana ki a koutou, kua whai wā, te whakanui e nei rangatahi, no ngā haue whā. Tōku te tino wai mari e ki te noho, ki te taho o tēnei rangatira, ko Maya Williams, ko Sean Mulkey tēnei. Tēnā koe mai.
Tēnā koe tai. What a fantastic first final we had. If that's the standard, then I'm really looking forward to it. I was already excited before game one, but even more so now. And before we get on to the second final, just a massive shout out to the event sponsors, Bunnings, Warehouse, incredible partnership they have with Touch New Zealand, Trillion Trust, SAS, Essex, Silver Ferns, and then obviously this broadcast coming to you on Whakaata Māori. So thank you to all of the event sponsors that allow this tournament not only to happen, but happen to the standard and quality that it does. Now, Sean, this next one, you can see the Waikato under-16 girls. And they're up against North Harbour under-16 girls. It's clearly been the two best teams throughout the tournament, throughout this weekend. It's almost been the two demolition squads. Absolutely given it to almost all of the teams they've faced. They have faced each other in round robin play, where Waikato come out victors 4-2 against this North Harbour team. They've both just played their semi-finals, and this again, it's a little bit weird. Before that first game, the prior results sort of suggested that North Harbour and Nelson relatively evenly matched, and then Nelson just went away with it. We're used to the Waikato, particularly in the Wahine grades, to be absolutely dominating, and then when you've got coaches like Annie Knock and Tennille in the Tennille McDonald in the Waikato box, you're expecting the same. Sorry for just rabbiting on here, but I tell you what, between those Knock sisters, if the gold runs out on the world, you'll know where it is. It's at their whare, because the amount of gold medals they won nationally and internationally as players and now as coaches is just outstanding.
I must agree there. It has been something very prominent that we've spoken about this whole tournament, has been the calibre of coaching, whether it is past players of the extreme past or of the near future, or whether it's just very well-known coaching staff throughout the motu. A true privilege here to be one of the kai kōrero for this game, the under-16 girls grade Waikato versus North Harbour. You would have seen before a QR code did pop up on the screen. Now that QR code is for the nominations of the home ground heroes. We all know one, we all have one, we all have probably multiple. So scan that QR code, put in your nominations, and they'll go in the draw for one of $5,000 amounts to send back to your touch community.
Yeah, great initiative, and we talked about many of the winners last year. 5 of them available at $5,000, and 2 of them coaching here this week. We've seen Dennis Thompson on the final field yesterday. Now, you got your first prediction right. You picked a past champion, and I'm going to ask you again, who do you think is probably going to take this one out? And I won't be surprised if you once again pick the past champions, the defending champs.
Well, hopefully in one of the later games I'll get the second choice here. Looking back at the previous winners, we do have Waikato as the reigning champs. However, we look a little bit further up there. 2020, 2019, 2018, back to back was the North Harbour 16 girls side. So I'm hoping that history might repeat itself here. North Harbour might topple the reigning champions. I'm gonna back North Harbour here, and we'll see what we've got in store. We did see the team lists of both Wahine teams here, Waikato and North Harbour. We normally do talk about a few names here or there, who to watch out for, but I tell you what, it will only take the first 30 seconds when we'll know who to watch for.
The cool thing about this grade too, it's the second biggest grade here at the National Championships, the under-16 girls grade, and that's great to see. I've talked about it at a number of nationals, the evolution, the development, the standard now within Wahine Touch in Aotearoa is incredible, and it's great to see it's only going to continue. As Waikato under-16 girls tap us off. Well, this is the second of our games on this broadcast here, broadcasted to you through Whakaata Māori. Shout out to our Stream Shot team out there battling these actually nice conditions, isn't it, Sean? Popped outside just in between games.
Yes, we see a great play from Waikato early on. We talked about them being able to write their own names in our commentary box here as we see the number 8 it was from Waikato. Kaya Hagi goes through and into the end goal almost effortlessly, ball in 2 hands. Great fundamentals and finds her link coming out the back door somewhat. And that was Mackenzie McDonald. What a great first try.
Yeah, the patience there shown by Hagi. She got into the end goal. There was like 3 defenders running at her, but she had just showed that composure to wait for one of her players to become free. Straight away defended that touchdown, have Waikato.
Yes, a very high level of skill there. And as we look at the screen, ko te tima no Waikato, I rungi te wāhi maui o te whira, and te tima no te raki pai whenua, North Harbour, te wāhi mā tau o te whira. So we have Waikato in the black going from left to right, North Harbour on the right going right to left.
We see their referee Husin, Jonty Husin, one of the 3 referees who have earned their way to this final. Sean, just like teams that they're working hard during the round robin to be able to make it here, so too do referees. And a shout out to the referee coaches who are out in those elements all day. I think there's nearly 10 of them. They rotate around the fields, looking at referees, giving coaching, helping that development, but also assessing them to see who are, in this case, the top 18 referees in the country. This final, this would be the top, this would be ranked number 16, 17 and 18th referee, so congratulations.
Well, very interesting to understand from a player's perspective how the ranking system does work. Going back to the previous game, that must have been 18, 17, 16, but from me, that could have been 1, 2 and 3. The way they refereed that game, it surprises me how you are able to decipher which ref which game.
Yeah, this game's 18, 17, 16. The previous one was 15, 14, 13. That mixed sort of been ranked ahead of the Wahine grades.
We've been very lucky to have such a high level of touch matched equally by such a high level of refereeing this weekend, as on display already early in this game. There has been a few mistakes from both sides. However, the officiating has been very efficient. The onside very big. They almost look 10 to 12 metres.
Waikato, Wahine teams always looking like well-drilled. Hagi gone in here again. I tell you what, that's probably, if you just turned around to grab a drink and you've looked back, you're thinking we played a replay, because it's a replay of that first touchdown. Just gets in behind, in the end goal, patient, looking for the right player to pass to. Great touchdown there. I think it was Iwahona, was it?
Yes,
number 13
sure
for Waikato.
was. It's awesome to see the skill that they do have going through into the end goal, but not only that, every single player is working extremely hard to find open space to be able to get free and to score that try, and that's no easy feat.
Harbour, though, they're going to hit back here. 5th touch. They need to come up with one of those coach-killing plays. Not much on. Good option there, just finishing on their sub-box side of the field. Making Waikato, you'll see them here, have to pass a few lateral passes as they're wanting to go there. They're going to try and make them use up as many as they can as they try and make their way across to that sub-box. That's 2. They'll normally be subbing at this one. That's good work there from the Waikato number 9.
Yes, I mutu tēnā kohinga pai ki tēnei kōkona te whira I roto I te wāhi whero me ki. We talk about finishing a good set in the red zone and no better zone than in the close side corner of the attacking side, which meant Waikato had to work extremely hard to get to their sub-box there.
Good set, North Harbour. Now they get an opportunity, starting 15 metres up the field, closer up the field than what they would have normally. Just centralising play, good timing onto the ball from each of these support players.
Yeah, just a cheeky play down the sideline. Well defended there from the Waikato link. The winger there. I haven't caught her number yet. That definitely a try-saving tackle on touch 5.
I thought that the option they were going for there was just get the ball down the other end and give it over. But like you said, that cheeky little play was actually an attacking option on the end of it.
Yes, I've referred to it as a try-saving tackle there only because of the big dive she pulled out. It was, in fact, a touch, and we can't pull out the tackle at those stages of the game. We do often see them, but not the point.
So you've changed from meaningful touches to tackles. I like it.
Yeah, we might see a few later on. I'd say thus far it is too fast to be able to utilise those meaningful touches as we see the North Harbour Wahine working towards their sub-box. Only the one flying defender from Waikato, and this is what we see, the threat from the North Harbour side.
Yeah, just that extra pass that we've talked about, haven't we, Sean? Getting on the outside of that point defender, unfortunately, was forward. We talk often how whānau-orientated touches, and there's normally mum and dad in the coaching and managers box in the sub box because their daughter or son's playing. Well, the previous referee, Caitlin Kimpton, this is her dad out here, Brett Kimpton, one of the top senior referees in the world, a senior black badge referee. So father and daughter, they're in the refereeing world. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, we're very lucky up here in Tamaki Makaurau that we do have such high-quality referees like the Kimpton whānau regularly on a Thursday night in Pakuranga. They referee together there, and there's definitely no getting around their very stern refereeing style.
Harbour now have been able to manage to stifle the attack that we've seen early from Waikato, getting them out to that 2-touchdown lead. But Waikato lifting up real well here. It's the 4th touch, I think, could even be the 5th. Great yards. Number 1, Rebecca Robertson. Great job there on that touch.
Aira, kaupare, hoariri, pairawa tu tēnā. We call that some great cover defence, and that it was. Waikato have each other's back here, and it's looking like they're going to get almost 2 strikes, if not definitely one on touch 4 down on the 7-metre line. Touch just going over the 10-metre. Some great yards coming in. Just unfortunate to lose her footing there, but 15 it is for Waikato with the number 7 out of the ruck. Some good footwork into the end goal. Finds a player. Unlucky there not to catch that one. Another threat on that short side. We see that play, the short side scoop. North Harbour just not quite identifying where that threat's coming from.
Yeah, I think that was Karina there for the Waikato team. And you don't get much better genes than she has. North Harbour here, just they almost seem to be, I don't know if robotically is the word, but throwing that ball once they come from their sub-box back to the middle where the Waikato defence are, if they could potentially not 2 pass out to the middle but carry a little bit closer, probably down the link channel, I think they'll get down in behind the Waikato defence.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully North Harbour do get an opportunity, as I might have maybe jinxed it there, but fortunately for North Harbour, it'll be interesting to see what their line strike is going to be of choice here. We're 9 minutes through the first half. We're yet to see exactly what strike power North Harbour does have on the 7-metre line. 32 short was the choice there, touch 5 the call.
Yeah, Deed coming onto that one with pace, but no options really. They had that well defended. Larson.
Waikato look as though they are just defending with maybe an extra number out there. They're just defending so well. North Harbour not able to find the holes in the defence, but they have been gifted another opportunity at the line here.
Last 5 years, having watched all Waikato female grade teams in all the grades, 2 things I noticed. Really good defence. They really work for each other. And just the composure. Nothing ever seems to faze them. All the way from the under-16s up through to the open women. So a real strength of a good team. Just being able to stay composed, but more importantly, working together on that defensive line. Nice little extra pass again from Robertson. See her here using her speed. Cut back, probably just back into the defender. Just took away the numbers potentially down that short side.
Yes, a very proud province is Waikato in all divisions. And as you say, they have a lot of strengths, and that being the way they defend on the line, the way that they support each other.
How do you go about defending someone like Robertson there when you're up against someone with real good footwork that just on a dime they can change 180 degrees.
I tell you what, 9 times out of 10, if I get stuck in a position where I have to defend someone with good footwork, I just yell shut as hard as I can and almost run to the sideline so they can't score outside me. See North Harbour, they get another recount on their side of halfway, looking for some fresh legs. Looking to hopefully score what will be the first try for the North Harbour side in this final.
Yeah, it'd be great to see them hit back here. Keep that scoreboard close. One chamber is empty. We didn't get a drop-off that first game. I think hopes of that were dashed very early on in that game, but 2-2 here.
Yes, he maka whakamua te karanga mai te kaiwawal there. It was a forward pass off the ruck. I have seen them go down that 21 channel. It's not normally what we see for the 32 short platform. They have moved another position out there and run it out on the wing, but it obviously has been working for them. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with next for their line attack.
Now, if you're joining in for the first time, you'll be wondering, if this is the final, why is there so many games playing on the outer fields? Does Waikato now get a penalty for not being back on side? Yes, there are still plenty playoff games for seeds from where these teams finish for their championship. It's also semi-finals being played for the later finals in terms of our under-18 boys and under-18 girls game.
Oh, here, maka whakamua no. This time for Waikato, a forward pass from the ruck. We've seen this a few times coming into all the grades throughout the competition this weekend. It almost just seems as though they're playing a little bit too fast for their own good, but North Harbour finally coming down this close side. Unfortunately, they had to run into her own teammate, but they're running with some more intent here late in the first half.
Over the 14 for Harbour. Let's see what comes off the end of this. Down the outside. That was really something from nothing. Just pace and intent. There's an Australian coach I can hear talking in my ear right now saying, when you run with the intent to score. And we see it there by number 12, Hadley Deed.
It must be something going around the coaching water at the moment, because a famous line from Pete Walters is just to run fast, and that was the key theme at the recent World Cup, and that is exactly what she did there, putting North Harbour on the scoreboard, 2-1 the score.
2-1, great to see. The drop-off committee haven't quite yet convened for our annual meeting, but we are hopeful that the group message will be sent out and we'll be able to celebrate the first drop-off in about 20 minutes' time.
Normally when I'm the one on the field, I am thinking in the complete opposite mindset, but sitting up here in the air conditioning, I must say I'm quite excited to see a few, so hopefully they do come our way. See a strong scoop out of dummy half. Through and into the end goal, goes the opposite way. I think that was definitely the option.
Robertson, she's been the person for. I hear a lot of cheering. That actually made me think that the touchdown was awarded, but no, it wasn't. Robertson, the number 1 for North Harbour. She's been the hot hand for this North Harbour team.
Yeah, she did well to go the short side, and then she thought, no, but did a big loop. I'm going to go back open side. Unfortunately, just selecting the wrong option. Just coming down to the defence of Waikato running on the mark there. Yes, what a great option that was.
She obviously doesn't have ligaments, only springs, because she changes directions at the blink of an eye. Good defence though, North Harbour. Got more of a battle now, evenly matched these two teams the last 5 minutes of this first half.
Yes, I did definitely think that Waikato came out, fired 2 shots early, and they did look like they somewhat had control of the game. We talk about winning the first 2 minutes of the game. Waikato definitely did that. But at the end of the day, 30-minute games, they are long. It's hot. It's the end of a tournament from 8, 9, 10 games, and it's just going to be who wants it the most. Waikato with an attack opportunity here in the dying minutes of the first half. Ball in the hands of Haggy. She plays the ball back to Kardena. Goes the short side. What is the call from the referee? Play through is the call. He piro anō kia Waikato. 3-1 the score as we hear the hooter in the background in the replay. What a great try that was, taking it short side. Ko mutu te hawhe tuatahi kaua e haere tāwhiti.
For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
Kia ora touch whānau, welcome to Quick Hit, your short, sharp and touch relevant warm-up, with the aim of warming up and moving those important body parts before kicking into activity. The Quick Hit warm-up requires minimal space, minimal time, and allows for innovation.
For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
E te iwi, nau mai, hoki mai, ki tēnei kēmu, te kēmu tuarua o te rā whakamutunga. The girls under 16 final, North Harbour 1, Waikato 3. 2 points the deficit, however, I don't think there's that much in it. It is quite the arm wrestle. Just quickly while it's on our screen, the QR code at the bottom, Homegrown Heroes. Get your nominations in from the 3rd of February to the 15th of March to go in the opportunity to get $5,000 to go back into your community with Bunnings Warehouse.
Yeah, good game, 3-1. They'll be gutted, North Harbour, to have just let that one in right at the end, almost on the hooter. As we see here, Haggy, the number 8, she set the first two up in almost identical fashion. And I just acknowledge her again. It was her patience, her composure, getting into the field and not just playing hot potato, but being able to wait to see who that right attacker was. And then out of nowhere almost, just the leg speed. I think from memory it was number 12, Hadley Deed, who gets across there for North Harbour's first. And here we see it in the last seconds, literally the last seconds of the game, getting over. It was a close call, but a perfect call there from referee Hoosen. All referees have done a great job. Kaylee McCracken, Jonty Hoosen, and Brett Kimpton about to kick off the second half, Sean.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what both teams come back from the half with. Typically, there's not too much technical analysis that comes from the halftime break, but what does come from it is a fresh set of lungs, somewhat fresh pair of legs, and a lot more tika. As we see Waikato forcing a mistake early, that's going to be critical for the second half.
Yeah, definitely, obviously, for obvious reasons, not the way that Harbour would have wanted to start, but being able to come out, because as you talked about, the girls would have got together and said, this is the move we're going to run and this is how we're going to do it. Not being able to accurately implement that, they'd be gutted, but now they need to defend this Waikato team. Karina, we've seen her setting things up in that first half. Good work, North Harbour.
Yeah, that was a better set there from North Harbour. I like the way that they defended there. They didn't overplay their hand at all. Unlucky to make an error there. Not quite the start they wanted from the second half, but I have no doubt that they will defend this like it is the last 9 minutes of the game. We only have 14 minutes, and I know it seems like a long time in the game of touch. It isn't. It's going to go very, very quickly, but North Harbour here with another opportunity to try keep the Waikato strength out, and they do that very, very well through the number 8 was Samuels for North Harbour.
Yeah, nice diving touch there from Ava Samuels. Had that under control. Waikato still 3 to go. Karina here looking to get a quickie maybe. Yep, back in towards the middle of the field. Goes looking to go under. Free Hoosen though says you're onside. That's the 5th. They don't want to clock off here. Sean, we've seen it too many times on day 1 and day 2. Touchdowns being scored in this situation.
Yes, I saw the way that Karina went into that ruck, the body position she had. I thought, man, this is going to be hard to stop. However, North Harbour sticking true. They did very, very well to defend that. and they'll be very happy getting off the field to get some fresh legs on. And those are the little moments that you just have to celebrate when you're in the sub-box. When your team, unfortunately, makes an error on the field and they make 2 defensive stops and can accurately yard out.
Between the semi-final and the final, what's your magic tricks, your preparation that you do when you are physically and emotionally probably at your lowest capacity-wise, yet you're required to be at your best?
I think it's important that they do things very similar to how they would prepare for other games. It's definitely a key to make sure you don't try to change your preparation. And if you're not one to go and do some stretching or some rolling, if you're the type that might enjoy chocolate milk, go and enjoy that chocolate milk. There's no point in reinventing the wheel, especially if you've got that far based on what you've done earlier. But I know that it's definitely a key to just rest up, especially at tournaments like this. I know those youthful rangatahi are able to just keep going and going and going, but it's important they look after their body, they get the right food in, and of course keep in the fluids.
Is there anything you do as a team? You talked about an individual's preparation. What about as a team? Is there anything that you do differently, or no, everything's stock standard?
From experience, we normally like to get away from the fields and just sort of disconnect from what can be quite a chaotic environment sometimes, especially on day 3. As you see in the background, there's lots of whānau and friends here, and it's nice to just take away from what is going on at the fields. That's something that we normally do and have done in the past. But it's also just important to just make sure that you keep the spirits high, the laughter, the banter, and just don't change anything that's been working the whole tournament.
Waikato with a great opportunity. There's Haggy, the key player of that first half. She had help there setting that one off. Great work, Waikato. Quickie out to this right-hand side. Taking the defender on the outside. Short ball back. 2 passes. Beautiful line run there from the number 13 from Waikato, Iwa Hona. Great line, great timing, excellent dive. 4-1 now, Waikato over North Harbour.
He piroa mo te tima no Waikato. First points of the half, that is definitely important, but as we see throughout this whole tournament, it doesn't matter who scores first or who scores last in this game. It's anyone's game, 10 minutes still to go.
Clear message at halftime from the Waikato coaches is to be strong defensively. If we've seen them get 3 turnovers already in this half, it's not a hard touch or a meaningful one as you call it, it's just beating them to the bent, making the roll ball difficult, drawing pass this time. No, excellent cover there from Olivia Apoli.
Yeah, on the back of that, that's just some great defence. It almost felt as though Waikato were trying to force their hand a little bit. They didn't quite find their feet, a mistake coming as a result of it. North Harbour happy to just take the first touch. They're looking to get extra yards here, which has been good. They're finding the extra metres in behind with just that one simple check. Another error unforced there for North Harbour. Brett Kimpton jogging on the spot. Refereeing an incredible game here. All 3 referees as Waikato look for those extra metres. Getting up just past the 10-metre line. Happy to take another one on this close side of the field. And there's that number 7 again, Cardina back on the field. They look to this close side link. Far side link there, the step back. A great touch there. I was going to say she sets them up, she scores them. What else can she do? But no, the North Harbour defence, very good there.
Good defence, North Harbour, able to repel that pretty scary attack from Waikato. Do you find referees pick more forward passes up in the middle of the field than they do on the 7-metre line, or vice versa?
Yeah, I think it definitely is picked up probably a little bit more through the field. I find the on-field referee does a very good job of making sure all 6 players, maybe 5 sometimes, are all on side. When we get down to the try line, it is important that the sideline referees, in my opinion, are watching the onside, offside calls. However, we do sometimes get away with a forward pass when the focus is on the defenders. More often than not, I think, too.
You're always on side, so you must have been one of those 5 you talked about getting back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Waikato, though, they got a back-to-back opportunity just before they weren't able to make hay, but this time I want to ensure they do. 4th touch, 2 more to go. Haggy, the number 8. Someone's going to do something. It's going to either be her or Karina.
Yeah, just an impressive skill set from there. Number 8, Haggy, she finds the number 1, Mathewson, just getting touch on the short side. I like the way that Haggy has the ball in 2 hands. She's drawing defenders. She's looking for her other attackers to run different lines off her. It is truly an impressive skill, and especially at the under 16 grade.
Another one of those meaningful touches. This time it was just a little bit too... No, it was actually in the ruck, that one. We haven't seen... I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Any in the ruck penalties happening this weekend. That's the first one. So obviously working on those fundamental skills are all of our teams.
Yes, definitely something that has come out of the Opens level, and I have noticed it filtering down. In the past, there has been a lot of players try to jump to the side and make the touches behind and get them to play off the mark. As a result, it does come into being in the ruck and things like that. There's been a lot more positive touches, and I think you're dead right. It is probably the first in the ruck I've seen this weekend.
That was much better attack, wasn't it? Very enterprising there from North Harbour. They didn't get the touchdown, but it's as close as they've been. The second half, it was good to see. Much better setup, more direct, intentional.
Yeah, great yards there from the Waikato link. She could have easily just taken the touch there early on and subbed off, but no, she did the extra yards to get a few more metres for the attacking set coming on. It gives them a cleaner opportunity going through into the try line. Waikato, nothing really on out of the ruck there. Going for the touch was the correct call, I think, there.
You reckon it was the correct call? She must have been going to touch her knee while her hands was going in that downward motion. Got away with one then.
North Harbour just looking to get to the sub box. Unfortunately, not getting in behind the Waikato defence. They just seem to be absolutely everywhere, does the Waikato team, as the number 14 from North Harbour takes a big loop out the outside.
A lot of pace in number 12 and 14 from North Harbour. Isla and Hadley maybe haven't been able to use that quite as much as they'd like.
And a great win there for Waikato. They'll be very happy to be making these touches on touch 5 going into 6. The handover ball just on their side of halfway. It really gives them another good opportunity as we see how big these 7s are. Yes, it is just incredible for the game. It's so free-flowing. No one's complaining. There's no offside calls. It just means it is a clear indicator of how fit all of these rangatahi truly are.
Oh, good shot. The referee called touch and pass. No, just went with the drop ball. It's crazy though, right? As an attacker, you got big 7s. As a defender, you hate it. So what do players always say? We just want consistency.
Absolutely, which is probably the most commonly heard thing as a referee. North Harbour looking to desperately get these fresh legs on, and maybe a small cheeky play down the sideline.
You potentially got a pretty big 3.5 months coming up in terms you've got the Open Nationals with playing for counties in that Open Nationals. You've got that in 2 weeks' time, and then hopefully on to the Trans-Tasman at the end of April there. How's preparations going with your Open men's team?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. We're very fortunate that our Open men's team is primarily made up of our club side, and it does make for easier preparation. However, I do admire the other provinces that are made up of multitudes of clubs, and the way that they're able to get together and spend time. I did see the Auckland Open men's down here training this morning and coming down to support the rangatahi, and that's what it's all about. But no, our preparations are going well. We're hoping to go back-to-back, but one day at a time. So, yeah, really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Waikato just slowing things up, making sure they're getting into the right space. And there she is again. Oh, I was just about to say, off her shoelaces. That was a long way down.
Yes, I think Haggy knew she hadn't thrown her best pass of the game, but there was a little blink of excitement thinking that her teammate did almost pick it up there. Not meant to be. North Harbour coming through halfway here. 3.5 minutes. We'd like to think each team will get at least another 3 striking opportunities.
Yeah, I really want to see Robertson back out there when North Harbour had the ball. She's the one who looks most likely to be able to break down this Waikato defence. The agility, her speed, her vision.
The game just slowing down a little bit. Maybe a little gamesmanship here from Waikato, the old throw the ball back to the mark and forgot to catch it, I think. I don't know what that trick's called, but a great little bit of eyes up play there. Waikato just looking to slow it down a bit. Yes, 3 minutes is a long time, but they do have the lead by 3, the deficit. They'll look to try convert here. A great little slider play. They go to the short side. Defended well from North Harbour. I believe they've still got another opportunity to strike.
Good defence in that corner by North Harbour. Strong touch, really good touch there. Ava Samuels. They must have more than 2 more, Sean. Now going back to the short side, it will be a follow play. Lovely read from the winger. She's been doing it all game. Olivia Eppley. Who would want to play wing?
Oh, it's a bloody tough position, that's for sure. When you see the calibre of wingers going, ranging from the open grade, even in the Masters grades. In the Masters, we have some of the most world-renowned wingers going around, and they are still playing at such a high standard, right the way down to the rangatahi here this weekend. Truly incredible to see the skills that all wingers do have.
We've seen them run that move in the first half, and they've done it again. I guess it's 2 outcomes, right? One, if you don't score off it, you've given the ball away on the 7-metre line on your side of the field. So a smart play to have.
Yes, kōrero tia ki tērā kaupapa, about finishing down in this red zone or in this corner closest to us. It meant that Waikato had to work to the far side of the field, which brings in that fatigue level, and we see that in the mistake they've just made.
Much better opportunity this time, starting with it from halfway. Ooh, nice timing onto the ball, probably just one of those passes for the sake of it. However, 3 left now. Here she is, Robertson. What can she create for her team? Good to see her. Oh, no, I thought she was going to get that ball back. Oh, no. Just give it, ref. Just give it, please.
Unlucky there for North Harbour not to score. They will get one more opportunity. 3 is the deficit. However, they will get one more opportunity to close it to 2 within the dying minutes of this final.
I'm calling it here. North Harbour are going to score, and it's either going to be scored by Robertson or set up by her. Looks like she's just going in for a 21 peel, but no, back to the middle. She's using a few touches. Back out to her. She steps off left, goes in, dives. Oh, come on, Kaylee. I haven't got anything right in the last 3 days. Just give me this one.
I think they'll look to utilise her skill again for the count. 1 strike to go, 10 seconds left on the clock. One more opportunity here for North Harbour girls. They look long. The ball goes to ground, and ko Waikato te kapa toa whakaihu waka. A big mihi to ngā wahine no te Tima or North Harbour, and a big mihi to both teams. Congratulations, Waikato.
Players, referees, 30 seconds. Players, referees, 30 seconds.